Hi guys, thanks for joining me on my channel today. If you like the look I'm wearing, then keep watching and I'll show you how to do the eye makeup. So the stuff you're going to need is, if you have a beauty blender, that's perfect. That would be great because then you can kind of clean up under your eyes. If you don't, then here's a little trick. You can take one of these triangular sponges and just rip it. And then you see how it gets that kind of textured look to it? That actually works really, really well. So wet this completely just like you would with a beauty blender and get it completely saturated. Squeeze out all of the water and use this just like a beauty blender. Much less expensive than that, but it works quite well. Another trick is to take your loose powder and the sharp edge of your triangular sponge, dip it in just the edge. Can you see that? Okay, so you have it on the edge like that. And what you're going to do is, rather than taping your corner eye, you're going to go underneath your eyelashes to the outer corner of your eyebrow, like so, and stamp it. Like that. You see that? So that little stamp is going to be your guideline. You don't want to take your eyeshadow past that point, okay? So I'll just do that on both sides. There you go. So now you have a little crazy line and you look a little nutty. So now we're going to get started. The other little thing that I'm going to show you is Indian eyeliner. This is called Hashmi Kajal. I use this religiously. It's my go-to thing. What I do is, since this is my own, I can take a brush like this one. This is a Makeup Forever liner brush, and you can run that, just kind of roll it in the product like so, and you can run that over the waterline like that. Now the thing I love about this is when you're doing like a smoky kind of smudgy eye look, it's really, really nice because it kind of smudges out beautifully, but it remains on the waterline really well. Clean up under the eyes a bit. So we're gonna make a mess under the eyes. Let's just ignore it for now and we'll get to the eyes. Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna do is take a palette. Now I have a palette called the NYX, this one here. It's called the NYX Wicked Dreams palette, and it's got a lot of really beautiful shades. There's 24 shades that come in the palette, and it looks like so. Really beautiful. And we're going to be working with the blues today. So this blue right over here, and I think there's a darker one on this side. We'll be working with those colors. What I'm going to do is actually tap this on close to my lash line, just like so. And I'm going to put a little bit in the front of my eye. I know usually everybody puts highlighter there, but we're going to do a little bit of a different look today. So I'm going to put some in the front, and I'm just kind of pushing it in, and I'm getting a little bit more, and then putting some on the end, and I'm leaving the center empty. So don't put it there. And now remember that you put a little tap line of powder. Don't go past that point, okay? So here we go, we put some on. And you can be, try to be a little bit careful about it, but if you kind of mess it up, it's not a big deal because this is a smoky, smudgy kind of look, and messier is okay. So look at how beautiful this color is though, it's stunning. There we go. So we got some there and we've got some there. Now, you're going to take a brush. You can either take a brush that looks like this or one that looks like this. So basically you need a blender, okay? and you're gonna blend it out. I'm gonna use this one. You can get this from MAC. There's a whole bunch of different brands that make them. I think Sigma makes them. You can get them everywhere. And then I really like the one from Real Techniques. It's one of my favorites too. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more product just to help me blend this out. And now I'm gonna tap it off and then apply with the brush. And again, I'm not going past that point. And I'm just gonna kind of, what you do is you pull in from the outside. Don't go like a wind washer or, you know, like a windshield washer. Don't go back and forth. You're actually gonna go like inwards. So start on the outer point and come in. And you're going into the socket line. This is the little, my battery totally died. So I completed the eye look on one side and now I'm gonna finish it on the other side for you. So sorry about that. So like I said, I was doing the blue and stuff, and now I'm taking the lighter color from the NYX palette, which is this one here. Okay, the whitish yellow there. And we're gonna apply that to the center using a small detail brush, basically. And that's going right in the center here. So I had already applied that when the battery died. So there's that. And then what I did is take a brush that looks like this. You can get them from different brands. And I actually am gonna spray it and wet it a little bit. And you can use water, you can use rose water, you can use your Mist and Fix if you have that. I'm using Cinema Secrets Moisture Spray. It brings moisture back to your face. It kind of livens it back up again. We're gonna apply a little bit more like packed on color, like so. And by wetting the brush a little bit, it saturates it more with color, so you get more intensity. And then I'm putting a little bit in the front as well. And I know like right now this eye looks crazy, but it'll come. You have to go through that whole like crazy stage first, and then it kind of comes together. If you just keep going, keep blending, keep going, it'll work. The key is going to be blending. Oh, and I'm going to put the little powder that I had before, actually, and create that line that I had before, because obviously after my battery died it faded away, so I'm just going to put that back, and that's right there for you. Okay, so again we're just putting that blue color, packing it on. Good. And then you can take your blending brush that looks like this, and what I'm actually going to do is take another palette of mine, and using the color, this is the Vizart palette, and I love it so much. As you can tell, it's a mess. But I'm going to take the color that's kind of a bricky brown color, and I'm going to use that as my transition color. So applying it with like a pointed brush or a blending brush, you're going to take it, tap it off, because this stuff is really potent. It's very pigmented, and kind of take that above your blue and into the socket, and kind of going again from the outside corner in, blend it and bring the two together. And now I'm gonna, because this is a dark area and this is usually where you would do some contouring, I'm bringing it right up to the brow and the front, and that gives you like a beautiful contoured socket. It's already done on this side, as you can see. And just blending. This brush is fantastic for blending, by the way. The only thing I find with it is you can go overboard with your blending. The strokes have to be very light. So as you can see, I'm holding the brush from the back where the rubbery section is. Maybe that's why it's like that, actually. And blending from back here. That way, because if I was doing it from here, I would probably blend everything away completely. So I'm just, again, bringing some of it up. I'm going to take a little bit more and blend. And I'm going to add a little bit of this taupey type of color. And blending, blend, blend, blend. There we go. And now if you want, you can go back and take a little bit of that blue that's left on the brush. I'm not taking more product. I'm just taking what's on the brush and adding that back in so that I don't lose the depth of that color. And just adding a little more. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take a pointed brush, and I'm taking the lightest two colors that I have in this palette. Again, this is the Vizart palette, eyeshadow palette number 1, okay? And this is a makeup artist's favorite. So they're beautiful colors that blend beautifully. I'm going to take that and put it just in the front of my eye here, just like that, and kind of blend that out so it's nice brightness there. And then I'm going to take the two colors again, and on the outer part of my brow bone, just add it here. I'm not adding it here where we had already put the darkness because that would defeat the purpose. There we go, just applying it there. Go back to my, I'm going to take a clean blending brush and just softly blend that out so there's no harsh lines anywhere. Blend, blend, blend. There we go. I have a cream eyeliner. Look, it's the kind that you can wet. This one is from Ben Nye, and it's a cake liner. And I love these for being able to create intense black eyeliner, liquid looks, you know, really intense. You can smoke it out. You can do so many things with it, and it's washable. So if you make a mistake, you can wipe it away. And that's everything with makeup, right? Like if you make a mistake, wash it off, start again, have some fun. It's not a big deal. So I'm taking my moisture spray and just spritzing the actual compact. And I'm taking a small, this is a Makeup Forever liner brush. And I think this one is number 250 straight. It's a really nice tight brush. And I'm going to just put that in the color and kind of roll it so it picks up color. And you can see it's already drying. Like I don't have a pool of water in here. There's enough there when you have it damp. It's picking up a little bit wetness from there and adding it in. And now we're going to do our eyeliner. So the way to do this is to start on the outside corner. What I do is just go to the outside tip and just create a flick like that. And I use that flick to come back inwards. And then I kind of tap along the lash line. Now what I'm doing here is I'm putting a little bit of eyeliner on before I put my false lashes on, because what that does is cover all the skin that might show through on my lashes, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just going to cover that up with a little bit of black eyeliner. And I like to work in layers in my makeup, so I'm going to come back to this eyeliner after the lashes as well. So there's that. And just kind of poking it in, pressing it in. I'm not trying to create a straight line across. I'm kind of creating dashes and then pulling the dashes so they blend out, because nobody's going to really see that part, okay? There we go. Now I'm going to curl my lashes. Very, very important step. So I have my Billy B lash curler. And what I do with this is hold it as close as I can to my lashes, and then I kind of walk it out and keep stamping as I go. You're going to have it like looking really freaky, but it'll work really well and give you a really beautiful curl too. I just said really like 4 times. But so here we go. I'm looking down in the mirror, and you clamp it as close to your lash line as you can. Hold for a count of 5. Okay, and then step out. Do it again. Step out, and you see the way it is now. I look really freaky, but it gives you a really nice natural curl to your lash. Then I'm going to put my voluminous mascara, and again, my stuff is very well loved. It's all erased off of there, but this is Carbon Black Voluminous from L'Oreal. So I'm putting a light coat of that on my lashes, and I'm going to put a little bit on the top end too, so that any eyeshadow that might have come on my lashes isn't creating like a weird color on them, so that when I put my false lashes on, there's not going to be a shadow of whiteness there. Okay, so that's done, and now we get to the fun part, the false lashes. So I'm just using, this is Precision Lash Adhesive from Revlon. And I have my lashes are from Red Cherry. I think they're Red Cherry #1. Fantastic lashes. They have a nice thin band to them, and that makes them easy to apply. When you get lashes that have a really thick base band at the front, like where you're actually going to be applying them, they can get really hard to be flexible and get on your eyes. So here we go. Now, the best way to do this is with a mirror down on the table rather than looking into a bathroom mirror, just like I've been doing everything else. So you keep your eyes open but looking down, and then you kind of bring them close to your lash line. And you can see I'm taking my time here, I'm not rushing. I'm applying it through the center and then grabbing the ends and bringing them closer. Some people like to use tweezers. I'm more of a hand person, so I'll use my hands. And there we go. And I'm just bending it down to attach it and kind of pinching them together a bit. So that's one set of lashes. There we go. And make sure they're on. I kind of take my finger and push against the curve of the lash. By doing that, it kind of pushes them in and attaches them even more. Okay, so there's that. And now I'm going to do the other set of lashes. So we're actually doing a double set of false lashes. Talk about drama. All girls need drama. In their makeup, not in their lives. Okay, so now we do exactly the same thing. Sorry, I'm not in frame. Sorry about that. Okay, so there's the other set. Okay, and I'm just pinching those together. And making sure they're set together. These ones are nice and secure because I did them while the battery was charging. Maybe that's what I need to do, is invest in more batteries for sure. Black eyeliner, I'm using Milani's, I'll show you. I like this one for everyday kind of use. I don't like it so much for parties and stuff because I do find that it travels. But like I said, I'm using the Hashmi eyeliner. I'm just adding more drama, so I'm putting a little bit more. So I'm just adding a little bit here, and mostly I'm putting a little bit on the bottom of my eye, just on the outer edge, and then I'm going to take a little brush like so and just kind of blend that out. I think this one comes in Real Techniques little kit that comes with 4 eye brushes, and it's fantastic too for details. So just blending that out. And now I'm going to go back to the NYX palette. Just making a mess, I'm dropping things everywhere. And taking that blue color that we had started with and putting a little bit of that under the lash line. So we want to kind of bring the two together. And I'm actually going to go in and take this darker, more intense, kind of shot through with a little bit of a blue sparkle too, which is really nice. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and add that to the bottom lash. And that just gives a little bit more depth and intensity to this whole look. And then I go back to my pencil brush and my Vizart palette and take those 2 colors. So really we've only used about 4 colors in total for this look, but you don't even have to do that. If you only have like a brown shadow, a deep blue one, and something with, usually in those like quads, you get something with a little bit of a lighter color that you can put in there, then you're set. You don't need to do anything else. There we go, just make sure they're both looking similar. There we go. And now I go back to my Ben Nye cream liner, and it's kind of dried out now, so I'll add a little bit more liquid to it so it's nice and damp again. And now we're gonna do our more dramatic eyeliner. So I'm just rolling it in there, and starting at the front, I'm doing a very thin line at the front, just like that, and blending it over where I put the eyelashes. Because really the eyelashes are also kind of giving you an eyeliner look now, especially with two of them stacked on top of each other. And then we can create that wing. Am I in frame there? Sorry. And you see how we had that powder line there? It's giving me a nice clean line that way. Good, there we go. So I'm going to take a little bit of that and add that to the bottom lash. And that just gives a little bit more depth and intensity to this whole look. And then I go back to my pencil brush and my Art palette and take those two colors. So really we've only used about 4 colors in total for this look, but you don't even have to do that. If you only have like a brown shadow, a deep blue one, and something with, usually in those like quads, you get something with a little bit of a lighter color that you can put in there, then you're set. You don't need to do anything else. There we go, just make sure they're both looking similar. There we go. And now I go back to my Ben Nye cream liner, and it's kind of dried out now, so I'll add a little bit more liquid to it so it's nice and damp again. And now we're gonna do our more dramatic eyeliner. So I'm just rolling it in there, and starting at the front, I'm doing a very thin line at the front, just like that, and blending it over where I put the eyelashes. Because really the eyelashes are also kind of giving you an eyeliner look now, especially with two of them stacked on top of each other. And then we can create that wing. Am I in frame there? Sorry. And you see how we had that powder line there? It's giving me a nice clean line that way. Good, there we go. And that's the eye look. So I'm gonna come back, I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face and come back and you'll see the finished look. Okay, be right back, bye.